If you want to sell your house fast, then don't click away from this video. Because most people who try to sell in pre-foreclosure, here's what they get wrong. They wait too long to sell, they price the house wrong from the onset, and they end up with nothing, even when their house has equity. And the worst of them all is that they pick the wrong agent to handle all of this. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it right and do it smart and in a way that helps you walk away with the money you've still got. And if you skip this, you'll end up selling fast and stupid. Let's get into it step by step so you know exactly what to do. The first step, and always, is get your payoff reinstatement letter before you even list your home. You need to know exactly what you owe. Don't go by the number on your mortgage statement. I've seen people just say, oh, this is what I owe. No, that doesn't include late fees, legal costs, daily interest, or anything the lender added and is going to be adding during the foreclosure process. So call your lender and ask for a payoff letter or a reinstatement quote. And here's why. I've had sellers who thought that they owed $380,000, and then when the payoff came back at $417,000, that's almost $40,000 they didn't even expect, and it nearly killed the deal for them. In foreclosure, every penny and dollar is important to your bottom line. If you don't know your number, you don't know your deal. After you got your reinstatement payoff, you must know where you stand in the foreclosure process. The next thing you need to figure out is how much time do you really have to do something. You need to know if a foreclosure case has been filed. You need to know, do you have a sale date already scheduled and set? And you need to know if the court already is involved and had they sent anything out yet. Don't assume. Call your lender. Check the court website. Ask your attorney. Ask somebody, because this process doesn't wait for you, me, or anyone. I've had sellers tell me, oh, I think I have time. And then we find out that they've got 30 days until the auction. I hate to tell you this, but you don't get to guess. You need to know. Now let's get to pricing. Price it right, dude. You ain't got the time to test the market for a fast sale. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see with homeowners in foreclosure. Sellers price their home based on hope, not strategy, or based on what they think they need. They look at what their neighbor sold from months ago and say, oh, let's just try that. Meanwhile, the foreclosure clock is ticking and nothing happens. The money you will be hoping to get won't come, and in the meantime, the bank is continuously adding more fees, more penalties, more attorney fees. The longer the house sits on the market, the more buyers wonder what's wrong with it, and the more fees your lender's adding to your balance. Don't be stupid. Here's what really works. Price the home just under fair market value to create urgency. That drives traffic, that drives demand, that gets offers, and that gives you leverage. You're not pricing to fish, you're pricing to close the deal and get the most money out of this before the bank gets to your money. This is a race, not a small walk in the park on a spring day. And get the house show ready if you want to capitalize, and get the house sold for the highest price. You need to get it ready for showings, and we can do that without spending a fortune. You're not doing renovations. You're not staging for a magazine shoot. Let's be real. You're making it clean, safe, and presentable. That's it. Focus on things like clearing out clutter, mowing the lawn, fixing small things that are broken, making sure it smells and looks clean. That's it. This isn't HGTV. These shows really play a number on homeowners. Just clean it, clear it, and move on. We're selling the house for maximum profit at this point, not remodeling. And if you're thinking, but I'm broke, I can't afford to fix anything, I hear that loud and clear, and I hear that a lot. And that's why I made a separate video to help you figure out exactly what to do if you can't make repairs, but you still need to sell. Watch it here. I'll have the link for you in the description below. It'll show you how to work around it, what to fix and what not to, and how to still get the house sold. Do it and get it listed fast. Your agent should have professional photos scheduled within a day or two. The listing should go live right after. You don't wait for the weekend. You don't test the market. You want real buyers walking through right away. That means full exposure on MLS, on Zillow, on Realtor.com, on social media, on buyer groups. Don't wait for open houses. You don't have time to waste. But this does not mean to be sloppy. Do the preparations first. Every day you don't list, your lender is adding more fees and you are handing them your hard-earned equity. You can't afford to delay. When you do get an offer, or better yet, multiple offers, then pick the right buyer. Not every offer is a good offer. Just because someone says full price doesn't mean they can actually close. You gotta look for buyers who are fully pre-approved, buyers with minimal contingencies, buyers who have proof of funds to show you, and a closing time of 30 days or less. I've seen deals fall apart because the buyer wasn't ready. And by the time they backed out, the house went to auction. You don't need dreamers, you need closers. And when you pick the right offer, you gotta move into contract quickly, because once you accept an offer, don't wait around. Push the contract into attorney review and get it signed. Until that contract is fully signed, foreclosure is still moving forward behind the scenes, and you are wasting precious time. I've spoken with sellers who thought everything was fine and then got blindsided because nothing was finalized in time. Speed matters, paperwork matters. Get it done. Now when you have all of this in and secured, you gotta get a final payoff again before the closing. Even if you got a payoff at the beginning, request a new one right before closing, because lenders continue to add fees and that number changes every few days and every 30 days. I've seen sellers lose money at the closing table just because they didn't double check their net. Don't assume. You must confirm everything and then work with the bank to stop the foreclosure. Your attorney or your real estate agent should be working directly with the lender's attorney to deliver payoff funds, to confirm that the foreclosure is canceled, to make sure all liens are released, and to ensure that you're walking away clean from the debt too. The debt won't come back to you later to haunt you. This is where the deal closes or falls apart. Everything needs to line up. You came too far to let a paperwork mistake ruin it now, right? If you're trying to figure this out on your own, in order to help you, I created a free guide that walks you through this exact process step by step. Download the Savvy Seller Foreclosure Checklist, and the link is in the description below. Use it as your game plan. Even if we don't work together, I want you to have it, and I want you to have a path forward. And if you're still thinking about it, let me be straight with you. You do still have time. You can still sell your house and walk away with something in your pocket. But God help me, not if you wait too long. You see, every day you don't take action, the bank is adding more fees, interest, legal costs, late charges, and all of that comes out of your equity. I've seen people lose $50,000, $80,000, even over $100,000, not because they didn't have options. They did have options, but they refused to face the reality and waited. They hoped something would change. They thought maybe the bank would offer a deal. They thought they could catch up next month, or they just didn't want to face it yet. And yes, sometimes foreclosure can take a very long time, but one day it does happen, and then it's too late for everything. I've worked with sellers who were in contract, ready to close, and they still lost the house. You know why? Because nobody ordered the final payoff in time, because the auction date wasn't pushed, because they thought they had more time than they did, and they hired an agent who had no clue on how to handle the sale. That's how fast this moves. If you're watching this video, something already told you it's time to figure this out. So don't ignore that. You don't need to panic. but you do need to move. There's still a way to get out ahead, but it starts with action. If foreclosure is already scheduled or it's right around the corner, watch this next how to sell right before foreclosure auction. And is it possible? Because yes, it might still be possible, but only if you act now.